Hello Sunshines and welcome to Short Game Saturdays. Today Bon and I are playing NextDoor by Burlback. If you would like to follow Bon, check out the link to their channel below. This is a short cinematic pixel horror game inspired by Junji Ito's manga. Warning, this video contains strong language and disturbing imagery. Discretion is advised. Now without further ado, let's get started. The following is a non-profit fan project in tribute to Junji Ito's Mimi's Ghost Stories, and there's a lot of other words that I didn't get a chance to read. The music is loud, but I think that's on purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see.
Cool. Can I do anything?
You have to hit the space button.
Oh, thank you. Oh, come on! I can't study with this noise all the time. I should give the guy upstairs a piece of my mind. That's how you get murdered. Okay. Can I look at stuff? No. This is the weird... Look at this walk cycle. Wow, this is where you live. I'm just assuming...
Affordable.
I mean, that's very true. You can't really complain about places right now. Do you want a drink? I'm not really thirsty. That's a lie. You're about to meet the love of your life. You can't tell me you're not thirsty. You have to go outside to go upstairs. This is walk cycle. Hello? What do you want? Could you please lower the volume? You always have it unbearably loud. You call this loud? Yes, it is. You're disturbing the peace. I bet you're the only one complaining. You're too uptight. If the neighbor says it's too loud, I'll think about it. Oh, that. Watch me. You wait right here. We're gonna find a dead body, aren't we?
We're just gonna knock on doors and tell people until
Yeah.
someone agrees with you.
Excuse me. Are you home? Anybody there? Probably not home. They seem to be away a lot. Or dead. Away? You sure it's not just an empty room? Of course they don't complain if nobody lives there. No, it isn't empty. Sometimes I hear the door opening and closing. Doesn't seem to be anyone around today, though. Ugh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that like a walrus? Or like, what's that, schnauzer puppy?
What?
Look at the face! Oh, it's a bandana. It looked like whiskers. It's really small on my screen. Leave me alone.
I was just like, what are you talking about? What do you mean a walrus? Where?
It looks like a walrus, but now
Stop.
it's really tiny. It's small on my screen.
Okay.
Those
Love
are
the
some,
walk cycle.
yeah. She was home. Looked kind of freaky too. That's the first time I've ever seen her. Or knew it was a her. Maybe it's not a her. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I transphobic? Why all the black? What's going on? Could you argue somewhere else, please? Yes, let's argue in your house. Not her again. Okay. Mike Wazowski. Excuse me. Can I ask you something? I'm from downstairs. Does the loud music from that apartment bother you too? Well, a little. But our rooms are separated. You should ask his next door. She just left. And there isn't anyone else? What do you mean? I'm pretty sure more women are living there. Oh, that's terrifying. A strange bunch. They all have a different figure, but they dress completely in the black. And they never say anything. Not even a hello. Very unfriendly. Is it because they're all walruses? Very unfriendly, if you ask me.
They all can't talk.
They all can't talk because they're all walruses. They...
This is like Octodad.
If that's all, dear, I have some laundry to do. Have a nice day. Thank you. Have a nice day. That is weird and all, but doesn't really help me with the noise issue. Better get back to my room and try some more studying. Also, maybe plan his murder.
I would just go to the library.
It depends on the day. If there's too many people at the library, you're gonna have, like, the same issue. I'm not really thirsty. Did I ever tell you about the person who brought a fucking blender into the library I worked at?
Fuck is with you guys and weird library stories.
Weird people go to the library. And, I'm not saying that as, because a lot of homeless people use that. No, just weird fucking people go to the library. There was a guy who brought a fucking blender into the library, plugged it in, and started making smoothies.
Yum yum.
And I had to go up to him and be like, "Sir, you can't do that here." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, my bad. Do you want some?" And I'm like, "Please take that outside. There are outlets outside if you really need a blender."
That is the funniest response, honestly. Oh, do you want some?
And he's like, "Are you sure you don't want any?" And I'm like, "I guarantee you I don't want any. Please take it outside."
Honestly, it has like the same energy as like that guy when I was working at Fantasy Factory and I worked at the location with the Peep Show Theater, which is like it's just like one large open room that's been partitioned into 4 separate ones, and in each room is a different kind of porno playing from a projector onto the wall.
Right.
And for some reason, there's only a single chair among the 4 rooms.
Okay. I thought you were about to say, like, I understand there being like a single chair in each of the rooms, but like, no, it's just one chair for all 4 rooms.
For all 4 rooms.
Maybe they kept getting broken.
Well, to be honest, like a lot of most of the people who are going to these peep shows are actually going there for anonymous sex.
Right.
Or they're homeless people looking for a warm place to stay, which in this case actually works out because one ticket to this theater lasts 6 hours.
Dang,
for about $10.
Yeah.
So if they can't get into a shelter because all the spaces have been taken already,
right,
and they can't afford a motel room, they can go to Fantasy Factory and
for about 12 hours.
For about 12 hours on
for $20. Yeah, that's actually
pretty.
That's a pretty good motel price.
Yeah, so the only issue that ever came up is the ones that had carts, because they would want to bring them inside, and we can't let them bring it inside.
Right,
so.
Because you're also trying to sell merchandise, and you can't.
Well, also, it's just a hazard, because it's a small store, and there's nowhere to store a cart.
Right, yeah.
So, like, they would kind of have to take a gamble if they had a cart and leave it outside.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, but most of the time it's people looking for hooking up for sex.
Yeah.
I remember one time one guy came in, and he's like, "Anyone back there?" And I'm like, "No one's back there right now. Hasn't been anyone for hours." He's like, "Oh, well, I may as well just check it out." So he paid the money to get a ticket and go in. He went back there for like maybe 20 minutes, and he came back out. He's like, "No one's there." And I'm like, yeah, that's what I said. And he goes, "So bored." And I'm like, all right.
What do you want me to do about it?
And he's like, you want to go back there with me? And I'm like,
No.
no, I'm perfectly good right here. And he goes, come on. And
Sir, I'm at work and I don't have anonymous sex with patrons.
just the fact that he didn't even try to make an argument, like
Yeah.
a convincing one, he just went, come on. Yeah.
Do you want some?
It has the same energy of the blender guy being
Yeah.
like, do you want some?
Offering me some of your mysterious smoothie concoction is not going to change the fact that you cannot do that here, sir.
Oh my god. And then another great time was the guy who came asking if I sold cocaine. And I'm like, he's like, you guys sell cocaine? And I'm like, no, we don't sell cocaine here, sorry. And then he came back 3 hours later, and he's like, do you sell it now? And I'm like, no! We didn't just get a fresh shipment of cocaine in.
Listen, Tweaker, I get that you're in some dire straits right now. But we have not and will not ever be selling cocaine.
I think it's because I do know that some of the workers were selling drugs out of the store.
Right.
But I wasn't one of those workers. But I don't know if he thought I was just like trying to play it cool because like there are people in the peep show or not. So that's why he like, came back 3 hours later. And he's like, how about now? Oh my god. It's such an interesting... Oh, I saw something flare up on your screen.
Oh, probably. I just deleted something out of my recycling bin. I'm actually... I'm doing window capture because it does not recognize this as a game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, anyways, let's continue.
I'm really not thirsty. That seems like a you problem. And we can't knock on anybody else's door. I love how the only places we can hear his music is like directly below him. Huh, the music stopped. What happened? He probably got eaten by a walrus. After all that trouble he gave me. Oh well, I can finally do some studying. Trying to figure out like what this picture is supposed to be. It looks like an emancipated mummy, like right above her head.
Oh, it might be at one of the Buddhas.
Yeah. Whew. It's already dark. I could really use a drink. Now? Now.
No. Yeah.
I passed the machine twice. I offered.
You were too early.
No efficiency in this game, I swear. Are you gonna see one of the Walrus women?
Probably.
Okay, oh Jesus. It's that guy from upstairs. Hey, what are you doing there?
You know, having an episode.
It's fine. I'm just gonna go back upstairs. Oh, it's you. Don't sneak up on me like that. Dude, you're in complete shadow and underneath the stairs, and you can...
Until the light conveniently turned
yeah,
on.
and you could see me coming from the door if you looked up. What's gotten into you? You're white as a sheet. Can I ask you something? Sure. Those ladies next door to me, what's up with them? I don't know. They're walrus people. What do you mean? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how many people live there, but they never make a single sound. And with these thin walls... Oh, Jesus. I should at least be able to hear them talk or move around or something. It's freaking me out.
It's freaking you out now? It's only freaking him out now?
Seriously.
Also, didn't the other lady say that she could hear them?
Like, she could hear them, like, moving and stuff, but...
Yeah, so why can't he? He's obviously deaf from the music.
Yeah, like, he listens to his music too loud, so he doesn't... Like, I guess he doesn't know how to recognize, like, moving around sounds. But because the walls are paper thin and he can hear, like, she can hear his music from below, and they can obviously hear his music from the side. It's possible that, he's just stupid. Why is she so tall?
Are you against tall women, Taryn?
No, but she wasn't that tall. Or unless she's not the same one.
Yeah, you remember,
Yeah.
they're all different bodies. It's what the lady said.
All different walruses. Who are they? What things are they doing next door? Next door is 2 words. What are they doing that not a single sound leaks through those walls?
Okay, he took some drugs.
Yeah, like all
He's
of them.
having some kind of paranoid.
He's the one that went to the porn
psychosis.
shop looking for cocaine.
Yes, this is the guy.
I'm going back to my room. See you around. Bye. Did I get my drink? Okay.
Yeah, I think he did.
Like, I made the motion to do it, but then he freaked me out. What was that? That was a dead man getting eaten alive by walruses. Sounded like it came from upstairs. Just go back into your room and go to sleep. Ignore everything that has ever happened. The scream came from upstairs.
No, yeah, I gotta investigate.
Damn it. This is how people die. I do like that she's hugging herself. I think that's like a good, a nice touch.
Yeah.
Well, he's gone.
Mm-hmm. Is that what?
A face? A cat.
That...
Oh my god, that is such a Junji Ito cat.
Yep.
Whose cat is this? It has a cursed face. Like both of Junji Ito's cats do. Like one has a literal skull on its back. Like that man loves those cats. Yeah, those cats. He loves those cats so much. Hey, lady. Oh, Jesus. No. Absolutely not.
Was that a spider or a cockroach?
It was the dreaded spy roach. Hello? Are you okay? First you were playing loud music and now you're screaming? I'm gonna call the police. The door seems to be open.
This is the point I would call the police.
Yeah.
And ask them to do a welfare check.
Yeah. That's weird.
Not that they're great at it, though.
No.
To be honest.
Well, hopefully this isn't a alternate universe where the police are actually useful.
Good at their jobs?
Yeah. Nobody's home?
Loud.
No kidding. Look, a walrus-shaped window. His whole house is carpet. They really don't make any sound.
His.
That is strange.
Is there a hole? Yeah, there is a
Oh,
hole.
I guess there is. Hey, there's a hole over there. Must have been the wind.
Yep, totally.
Totally the wind. Probably not gonna be able to get out of this fucking house. How did this get here? A walrus
put it?
Yeah, probably one of the walrus women like punched a hole through the fucking wall.
No, I think he made it because he's like, I must know the answer.
It looks made. Maybe the guy did it?
Do I look?
Oh god. What are you doing?
She's clearly doing repairs.
She's a robot. Walrus. A walrus robot. That was fucking terrifying. Why are we doing more? She's gonna use her fucking rope. Nope. Get up, child. Move, dumbass. Move. What is she? Decidedly not a walrus. Those limbs. Why do they extend and contract?
Because she's a robot.
Does this mean all of those women with different figures were exactly the same woman? I'm out. Let's go. Why can't I not leave? Where is she going? That's none of your fucking concern, lady.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah. Where did she come from? Where did she go?
Oh, you can hear her.
Yeah. Like, I cannot do anything. So I guess I couldn't leave until she was gone. Did she leave? She's waiting right outside the door to rip you apart. She needs your spine. She could still be in the hallway. There's a fucking window. Right the fuck here. She could still be in the hallway.
Sorry, you're gonna have to look out that window.
I guess so. I don't want this.
Hello.
I'm done with this.
Hi, lady.
Oh my god. You are useless. You know this? You know how useless you are? I escaped just in time. As if nothing happened, the woman continued to reside next door. I'm moving away as fast as I can.
But why would she just decide not to bother with you anymore?
Right.
Well, you managed to get away this time. I guess
Yeah.
that was your one.
Or like
your
she
one
didn't
free
know where you lived, which is and would be weird to me. Because if like he found out the truth and she found out the truth, then I honestly don't think the robot lady would stand for that, you know?
Robot lady.
Not walrus robot lady.
Not Walrus. Blah, 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 blah.
Very special thanks to Junji Ito. Please support his work. Yes, Junji Ito is fantastic.
Fantastic, and has made one of the best memes by accident.
Yeah.
The whole, it was made for me.
the what kills me it is that it's its creepiest fucking story. Like it is.
Oh yeah.
It's a very short and sweet little story about holes appearing in a mountainside and people becoming like these terrifying, messed up versions of themselves, and it has the funniest fucking meme
In the world, yeah.
I feel like I think that's a trauma response.
Everyone who read that story was like, we need to make a joke out of this.
We need to make a joke out of this. Or yeah, it's I honestly feel like now that I think about it, the meme was a trauma response.
I think one of the creepiest stories he did was the one where like let me look it up. It's like where all the fish become animated because they have those little like nanobot robot legs.
Was that him?
Let me take a look.
All right.
I think it was
So
I think it was Junji Ito Gyo. Yeah, Gyo.
Oh god, Gyo is like the fart apocalypse one.
The what?
Well, it was just like it was noxious gas everywhere. From what I remember.
Okay.
I could be remembering it wrong.
The story revolves around a couple, Tadashi and Kaori, as they fight to survive against a mysterious horde of undead fish with metal legs. Oh yeah, you're right. Powered by an odor known as the death stench.
Fart apocalypse. Oh my, I remember now. Okay, so I was like reading all of the Junji Ito books as they were coming out because I was working at the comic book store. And like I was forcing my manager to buy these. And he's like, I don't know about these. And I'm like, Eric, you will fucking listen to me. And buy these goddamn books. And so as we would get them, I would read them like over my lunch break because they are very fast paced. Even though they are like hefty books. And
yeah,
then I would make him read them and he would be like, holy fuck, this is actually really good. And then he made our assistant manager, Chuck, read them. And so Chuck was actually getting super into them, so he would try to find a way to beat me to reading them. So he read Gyo first, right?
Yeah.
And he handed it to me and he's like, I don't know how to feel about this book. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm pretty sure this book was about a fart apocalypse. And that's why fart apocalypse got stuck in my head. So Gyo is about a fart apocalypse with fish. But there is a short story, and I think it's in the Tomei volume. I don't remember for sure. But Tomei is a series of short stories. But there's a short story that I think is by far my favorite of his, where everyone in this house kind of like their soul anchors to the house. So when they die, they don't leave, but they do become a part of the house. And over time, they start to fade away. Like, and so like the main character's husband's, his grandparents were still there. And, or his great-great-grandparents, like his ancestors almost, were still in the house. But they were so faded that they could hardly be seen, and they didn't have enough energy to move or anything. So they just kind of had their own little room, and people could go visit them if they wanted. Well, for about a year or so, the wife, the main character, started to sense that her husband was being unfaithful to her. And she was like, I don't understand, like, what, like, have I not been a good wife to you? And all that. So she confronts him with this, is like, and he's like, yes, I have been cheating on you, but that's because you're dead, and you've been dead for a year. And it turns out that she had died in like a car wreck, and nobody had told her that she had died, because she had appeared in the house, and just kind of, just materialized in the house, and they were surprised because she was an outsider. Essentially, she wasn't a blood member of that family, but she had appeared in the house as a ghost, and they were like, okay, we're just going to treat this as normal. But after, and like they also kind of like they forbid her from talking to her father, who was like her closest family member before she got married. So when she found out that she was in fact dead, she decided that she was going to live the remainder of her afterlife with her father. So she shows up at his door, like, already starting to fade. And I think that's my favorite story of his. Just because it's like, it's so bittersweet. Like, he never got to say goodbye to his daughter, because the family could never tell outsiders what was going on, because like it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird, bro.
Yeah, he's just so fucking good. I think his most well known work though is obviously the Uzumaki series.
Oh yeah.
That's usually what people start with first.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Chuck was my assistant manager at the comic book store, and I made him read Uzumaki after me, and he gave it back to me, and he was so mad at me. He's like, and he told me, it's like, do you remember that movie 23 with Jim Carrey?
23 with Jim Carrey?
Yeah, it's about this numerologist, or it's about this guy who finds this weird link to the number 23 and how 23 is in everything or something. And
Jim Carrey was in a thriller?
He's been in a couple of things that are weird for Jim Carrey to be in.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now because, like, I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, I mean, it's in terms of apocrypha, it's one of those. But so Chuck hands me Uzumaki after he's done reading it, and he sits me down and he says, when that movie came out, there was a girl I was dating at the time, and we went to go see that movie. And she became so obsessed with the number 23 that she had to be hospitalized. And you just gave me a book that reminded me of something that I had almost completely forgotten. Thank you. I hate you.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and then when I worked at the library, my coworker, Eric, not to be confused with my manager at the comic book store, he asked me, like, hey, you know graphic novels. I'm like, that's why I was hired at the library, so I can be on the graphic novel buying team or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's like, so what would you recommend? And I'm like, okay, what are your interests besides aliens and Bigfoot? Because he was a big aliens dude. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, well, I like horror, I like this and this. I'm like, okay, here's one, read Uzumaki. Because it's, like, fabulous horror. Like, it truly, like, just really fantastic horror. And he's like, I'll give it a shot. He brings it to me the next day, and he's like, why did you make me read this? Now I'm seeing spirals everywhere. And I'm like, why are you the second man to tell me that this book ruined their life?
You're like, weak. Your game is weak.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I've ruined 2 men's lives with Uzumaki. Like, because I think when I first moved to Oregon, maybe a month or 2 after moving to Oregon, Eric sends me a message on Facebook, and it's a picture of his parents' new dishware, and he's like, it's spirals. They're everywhere. And I'm like, Eric, you need to go see a doctor. But yes, Junji Ito ruins lives.
And we love him.
And we love him for it. I especially love him for it because I love the way that he writes and he tells stories, because he doesn't waste words. He doesn't even spend time with words. He tells his stories almost entirely through his pictures. And yeah, he is just a fantastic storyteller, like artistic storyteller.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
Anyway, we've talked longer about Junji Ito than this game went on.
All right, yeah. Great little homage.
Yep, definitely. I think my voice is shot for the day.
Yeah, I think we're both done for today.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Bon. I love you.
Love you too.
Okay.
I'm gonna go lay down.
Me too. Oh no, I gotta make dinner. Thank you for joining Bon and I for Short Game Saturday as we played NextDoor by Burlbrack. If you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, a follow, and ring that notification bell so you know when the new episode drops. Also, stop on by our completely free Discord server to chat about games and whatever else is on your mind. I promise we don't bite that hard. Please refrain from any hate toward us or the game developers. The devs worked really hard to make this game happen, and they deserve our support, because anyone who just wants to hide their robot form in peace deserves all the support. That's all for now, folks, and we'll see you next time. I think.